So last night, James Gunn's Superman movie had the world premiere in LA ahead of this Friday's Superman movie official launch. After this premiere happened, the social media embargo lifted for the Superman movie. What does this mean? This means that people that signed an NDA, influencers, people with following, people that know people, I guess you could say kind of reviewers, sometimes reviewers got to watch the movie early, and now they're allowed to talk about the movie. They're not allowed to give spoilers or ruin it. They're allowed to give their general perception on what they think of the movie. Although some people that only watch the first 30 minutes are reviewing the movie now like they've seen the whole thing. It's not really the full spectrum, as it's not a full review. It's also worth saying, in the past for multiple movies, some people give it a glazing reaction and then their real review. The review embargo lifts later today in the UK. It will be like by 8 p.m. tonight. The real review is never really the same as the reaction. So the reactions, we go over them and see what people were saying. But it is worth saying these reactions are taken to get your name on a billboard, poster, trailer with your trade or with your name. So it is worth saying better for them if they give it a good review and reaction, because then they can get their name out there. So let's go over the reviews in no particular order and see what people were saying. I have not read any of these yet, so it's not really worth me saying who's saying it. I'm just going to read what they're saying. Superman reminds us that Clark Kent has always been a beacon of hope and the goodness that can exist in this world. James Gunn's vision is a comic book brought to life, and it brought a lightness and happiness to one of my most beloved heroes around, Rachel Lushman. Scott Mendelson. James Gunn's Superman feels like he's tossed every Superman comic and his entire filmography into a blender and hit pure. Corsnet, solid. Bosnahan, great. Holt is doing something, not exactly sure what. Interesting. It is a mess narratively, tonally, but hey, at least it's refreshing, fun, entertaining, not boring. Think of it as James Gunn's Suicide Squad had a baby with James 1, Aquaman, with a little bit of Guns of the Galaxy sprinkled on top. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I was not expecting -1 this early. Okay, interesting. So they're not all glazing. So someone from joeblur.com. We saw the Superman, and it was a mixed bag for our critic. Not a disaster at all. Has some great moments, but not as good as hoped for. Oddly, the movie short-changed a vital character. Lois Lane, surprisingly. Clark Kent, lots of soups, not much Clark. Sean O'Connell. I love Superman. Gave me the biggest, goofiest, stupidest, full-face grin as I reveled in everything at James Gunn's stage. Perfect cast and world building. It's unapologetic, a comic book which won't work for some, but as far as DC comic movies go, it is a blistering delight. Courtney Howard. Superman absolutely soars, an awesome achievement and hopeful balm, honoring the past alliterations, cinema, comics, whilst cutting its own path. David Corset has a heroic shimmer. Holt is delightful, diabolical. Brosnahan brims, vims. Crypto absorbs. Some of these reviews are really weird. So Brandon Pope TV, James Gunn cooked, almost got too goofy, but never crossed the line. Optimism and hope shine bright. Slight 1978 Donna vibes, but established itself as Superman for a new age. Just what we needed. Full review Tuesday. I was expecting all these to glaze the movie, but they're not actually doing that. Gotham Geek Girl. 1. James Gunn does what he does best, captivated and colorful world building, lovable characters and heartfelt story that embodies the spirit of Superman. However, Superman is full of excess exposition, unnatural dialogue, one-dimensional villains, and the same beat we've seen. Actually, that's quite a bad review. Sean O'Connell, YouTuber, really good reviewer. I respect what he says. Superman was my most anticipated movie of the year, and I left my theater with a smile on my face. It's possibly the most comic book live-action film ever. It fully leans into the wacky sci-fi. It really feels like a comic book or Justice League Unlimited on screen. Okay. Superman soars. It's a non-stop joyride packed with humor, action, and emotion. There's spectacle to spare, unbridled optimism, and a goofy unpredictability that ties everything together, even when there's a few minor issues. We've never seen DC like this, and it's great. Mark Ryan. I absolutely love James Gunn's Superman, big themes, but still pure joy. It put me in a great mood, which isn't often these days. It's the happiest I've walked out the cinema theater since Top Gun Maverick. Okay, that was the movie he was referring to. Eric Goldman, I love Superman. James Gunn embraces the earnest, sometimes lovable, corny side of comics and their super fun concept in a way that evokes Raimi's Spider-Man, Corset Bosnahan, have great chemistry and perfect embody Clark and Lois. And Crypto, the best, absolutely. Crypto Supergirl's dog. Viewer or non, Superman movie is pretty good. There's less of a overarching plot than a series of episodes. Some of great. Superman versus Kaiju. Some are not. Superman must escape interdimensional prison. Easily James Gunn's weakest comic book movie, but I still had fun. I'm actually quite surprised how negative some of these reviews are. Superman, the closest thing we get to a live action Saturday morning cartoon. The cast, especially Corset and Brosnahan, are literally perfect. It's a shame it looks like that. Full review coming soon. Superman, gosh, I absolutely love this. James Gunn, feature-length comic book splash page is so unapologetically silly, earnest, intentionally corny that it's utterly charmed me, left a big, stupid smile on my face by the end. Okay. Superman made me so damn happy. The movie is loaded with exhilarating action set pieces, well-paced humor, and levity. But the beating heart of the film is Superman's humanity, his instinct on doing good, making the world a better place. David Corset brings such an infectious determination and warmth to the role and makes it pursue all-consuming, impossible, heartening, making that an even more robust aspect of the film. Gunn and co. didn't shy away from exploring the challenges one might encounter when trying to navigate our reality whilst holding tight to the core values. That's a pretty long reaction, to be honest. So another one here. So good. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. Anime. Superman. Are there flaws? Yes. Slight pacing issues. Some CGI was blur. But the final fight scene, Matrix 2 inspired mid-fight scene, are so worth the price of admission. Easily recommend. There is a slight crude moment with Green Lantern's powers, but it's not major. These reactions are rather actually mixed, to be honest. Had an absolute blast with Superman. It's overstuffed and messy, but it's always fun. This is the most comic book version of Superman we've seen on the big screen. It pays off. High energy, very silly, with its heart in the right place. A good time on the big screen. Grace Randolph, interesting, because she's been so negative about this movie. This is the best Superman movie to date. When James Gunn gets out of the way and lets his work speak for itself, it's incredible. It's not perfect, but darn close. Made me a believer in Gunn's DC. Okay, we're back. No, we're not going to say it just because Grace Randolph, the YouTuber, said that it's a good movie. She didn't actually say it's a good movie. She says it's the best Superman movie to date, and it's good when James Gunn lets his work get out of the way and lets the movie speak for itself. These reactions are not actually glazing. I'm actually surprised. So let's go over another one. Matt Ramos, the real soups. Superman isn't only amazing, but it's the movie the world needs right now. David Corset delivers a generational performance as Superman and is accompanied by an incredible Lex Luthor, Lois Lane. Also shout out Mr. Terrific. James Gunn fires on all cylinders here with a distant visual style, beautiful score, and so much more. You're going to love, sop, cheer like crazy. This is a movie we needed, and the DCU is very much here. This is interesting. All the reactions are very interesting. Let's go over a few more. Superman is the best film adaptation of Superman. This is what we've been waiting for years. David is the perfect symbol of hope, whilst Rachel steals the show with a stunning performance as Lois. Nicholas Hoult is also fantastic as Lex Luthor. Crypto is awesome. James Gunn exceeds expectation with his modern take on the iconic character. With a brilliant visual style, impressive action sequences, and a beautiful score, the final act is simply incredible. Maybe we can hope again for great DC movies. Stay for 2 post-credit scenes. So all these reviews and reactions have really caught me off guard. I was expecting a generational level of glaze, but that's not actually happening here. Very interesting. So that's most of the reviews we're going to go over, because there's a lot of them. But the early reactions are mainly positive. Some are negative, which I find interesting. We will be watching the movie at some point, and I will post a full review. Spoilers on all the good sort, because that's why you come to here. But it's interesting. I wouldn't really say anyone's glazing this movie over the top. No one said it's the greatest movie ever. They've used lines like it's the greatest Superman movie ever, which I guess is fair. It's been over 10 years since we had the last Superman movie. Let's be honest, y'all. So very much looking forward to watching this movie. Let me know down below. Is DC back? Is the DCU back? Has DC ever been here? It's pretty interesting comments. Let me know down below. Are you looking forward to this movie? Have you got tickets to opening weekend? When are you going to see it? Did you get to a fan screener to see the early reactions? Are you watching the Amazon Prime screening, which I believe is also today? So, like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuJ. And also check us out on TikTok, Warstu. And I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.